What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, and it's time for Pop and Politics. We are talking about the latest in hot topics, news, and entertainment. I'm KJ, and along with Shelly E. How's it going tonight, Shelly? All right. As I always say, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We're on YouTube and Rumble, and you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify under the name Pop and Politics. Here on YouTube, your super chats and donations go a long way in helping us produce conservative content. Any amount is appreciated. This is not just a podcast. This is a movement of God-fearing, truth-seeking, America-loving people that value freedom. Stand with us and subscribe so we can amplify this rallying call for freedom. All right, Shelly, let's set it off. Guys, we had to come on tonight and respond to Sunny Hostin and Whoopi Goldberg going off on Trump. So just to give you guys some backstory, apparently Trump mentioned Sunny and Whoopi by name at his recent Pennsylvania rally. Take a look at what happened here.
Stupid view where you have these really dumb people. You know, Whoopi Goldberg said, would you participate in a movie? She made some movie on basketball. This was before I ran for politics. She said, oh, you're so great. If you ever ran for president, you'd win. Politics can do strange things to demented people. No, I've hired Whoopi to work for me as a comedian before this stuff, and a long time ago. And I went, and, you know, I'm not particularly shy about what I hear. Her mouth was so foul. She was so filthy dirty, disgusting. Half the place left. I said I'd never hire again.
Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah. As it turns out, I was filthy. I was filthy. And stand on that fact. I have always been filthy. And you knew that when you hired me. I headlined, babe, at your casino, which I might have continued to play had you not run it into the ground.
Exactly.
But,
Does that?
you know, listen, how dumb are you? You hired me 4 times. You can go to William Morris and get the things, because I know you all are going to be looking for it. So talk to William Morris. You hired me 4 times, and you didn't know what you were getting? How dumb are you?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Sonny, your turn.
Well, I have a personal legal note.
Yes.
Donald Trump, I want to thank you for personally telling so many lies and committing so many alleged crimes and providing us with material on a daily basis. You help us do our jobs, and I'm so appreciative. Because of people like you, a former prosecutor and legal expert can become a fixture on a show like this. And again, I'm so grateful. I admit I may not have spent as much time in a courtroom as you have.
That's a good one.
I was also recognized with a Special Achievement Award by the Department of Justice. You remember the Department of Justice, right? It's the agency that's been pursuing you for decades. And like Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, I've had a history of prosecuting sex offenders.
Uh-oh.
So thank you for keeping people like us in business. And as for dumb questions, you're always welcome to come here and answer some. If sitting so close to a prosecutor won't make you nervous. I'll even give you a free View mug, not to be confused though with the mugshot, because that's your area.
Wow. So, first of all, it's clear it's just as Trump said, they're 2 dummies. At least Whoopi was able to respond with her own words. It's clear that Sonny was reading what some producer wrote for her. She can't even respond to Trump, but we know she's just like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris cannot respond to anyone unless it's pre-written, unless it's scripted, and Sonny is doing the same exact thing. Shelley, what are your thoughts on that whole response?
First of all, I thought it was hilarious. Number one, that Trump called them dumb, and then yes, they responded. That's number one. Number two, Whoopi, let's make this clear. He wasn't dumb to hire you. He used you to make money. Okay, now I'm sure you got paid as well. So it was basically a quid pro quo. Whether or not his casino lasted, businesses come and go all the time. But he hired you to make money for his company, his organization. So if you want to call him dumb, then what does that say about you? Then you are dumber, if that's the case. That's number two. Number three, I laughed at Sonny because, interestingly enough, even as a prosecutor, even as much as she wanted to, accuse and malign him of being a criminal, even she said alleged crimes. Even she said that slip of the tongue, that Freudian slip, which means she doesn't really believe that he committed those crimes either, Miss Prosecutor. And no. He's not afraid of prosecutors. In fact, it's the other way around. That's why you and the Democratic Party and all these prosecutors are coming after him, because you all are afraid of him and his being in office. That's the real story. Your Honor, I give the case back over to you.
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, but think about what Whoopi said. Now, she said that Trump hired her, and according to her, he hired her for four times. But let her tell it, and the rest of the hens on The View, he's a racist.
Right.
So this racist hired Whoopi Goldberg, which last time I checked is black as a baboon's behind. Okay, so what is she talking about? We've talked about this on the show time and time again. These people hurl all of these nasty comments about Trump. He's racist. He's this, he's that. She, out of her own mouth, said he hired her. So how racist can he be if he hired a black comedian?
They love Trump. They loved him. And just like she was hired to make him money, actually, he keeps them in business. Right? He keeps them in business. He gives them content and they give him publicity.
Absolutely.
Go.
And speaking of them, this change, they've changed ever since he has become a candidate. Ever since he came down that escalator, their whole attitudes and perspective of him have changed. But not so long ago, they were kissing this man's behind. Take a look at this.
Yep.
Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to. Please, let's find out. And please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
My friend. Standing ovation. All before he announced.
Joy loved him.
Yeah.
Look, she's talking, come on. She can't even wait to hug him. I told you that. I've been saying that for years. They love this man.
We're so happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy.
Here.
Okay, so I'm going to take you at your word that you have not decided yet when you're going to run, but you're thinking about it and you've expressed some of your views, which are controversial and in many ways, but
not to her.
Well, not to her. Okay, you're a Republican, so, but let's say that you do decide in the spring, right? And your ideas resonate so much. On the other hand, we saw Newt Gingrich apologizing for his marriages and divorces. You've had 3 marriages, 2 sort of uncomfortable divorces. Do you think
not really. They were very comfortable.
Well, we won't leave you all that. Do you think that the country, that would bother anybody?
I think the country is doing so badly, they want somebody that's going to help it. I think the country
is never been in a position like it is right now. It's being ripped off by every nation, every intelligent nation in the world, whether it's
Trump
China,
hasn't changed.
they're taking our
I was going
jobs,
to say
they're
the
making
same
all our
thing.
products,
He's
and
been
then they
saying
loan
this
us back the money
well
we pay them
before he
interest.
even ran.
Whether it's OPEC, which is, I mean, they're having a field day right now. How about the Arab League? They say, we want you to go in and attack Libya. These are the wealthiest countries in the world. Why aren't they paying us?
Okay,
Why
so
aren't
then they
so
changed
I
their
agree with
minds
that, but you
also.
didn't
So,
answer my question.
no, I did answer your
What
question.
would you-
I really
you
think
it won't
people,
matter?
I think maybe 10 years ago it would have mattered, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The fact is, I think people want somebody now that's going to protect them and protect this country, because we're not going to be a great country for long if we keep going the way we're going right now.
If you,
When we have,
Exactly.
Barbara, when we have France leading the charge, okay? France, this is our new leader. By the way, they led for about 2 hours. After that, nobody's seen them. I don't know if you know that or
closer
not.
than geographically, so they
Well,
Let me
should.
just
shouldn't
ask a
they?
follow-up
We
question to
follow
that.
their lead is the point.
Let me just ask
instead
a
of the other way.
follow-up question to that. Let's say you run. You've given a lot of thought for this. Who would you like as your vice president? Possibly Sarah Palin?
Well, I think it's far too early even to discuss that. I'm going to make a decision sometime prior to June. I'm thinking about it very strongly. I think I'd do a really good job. I think I'd protect this country like it's not being protected. You know, it's funny. So many of the things I say, now politicians are saying, hey, that's right.
Yeah,
Why don't
it's same
we,
thing
like, why aren't
now.
they paying us? If you look at North Korea, South Korea, we're protecting South Korea. They're making a fortune. Let's call it hundreds of billions of dollars of profit on us. We have 25,000 soldiers over there protecting them. They don't pay us. Why aren't they paying
You'd be
us?
treating this like a business.
No, a business with heart.
Okay.
Believe me, there's a lot of heart. It's a business, but it's also a business with
Not
heart.
too long ago.
We destroy this country. It won't be a war. If the economics of this country keep going the way they're going, we're not going to have
But
a country.
you're kind of a social liberal, Donald. You know, you're a social liberal. Could you actually get the base to vote for you in the primary?
Well, every poll
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
saying that I'm the one.
Notice
that
they
does
said he's the
you know, they're doing
social
polls.
We
liberal.
actually have a higher
he's
approval
basically
rating
that.
than Mitt Romney, Tim Pawlenty's, John Boehner.
Well,
But
look
out
at
of
the
all
group.
out of those, if you're thinking of competition within the party to get the nomination, really your biggest competition will be, should you get the nomination, President Obama.
Well, I
Do you
was
think
the
you can
only
beat
one.
him?
A
Now
CNN
look at
poll
this.
just came out, as you probably saw, and I was the only one that was essentially tied with Obama. Everyone was 10 and 15 points down. So, you know, we'll see.
And he
I
won-
haven't
he
made
won.
a decision. I'll be making a decision, and I will do a good job if I decide yes, and if I win.
Okay.
I just was wondering, because
Here we
you
go.
were talking about how all these countries have been doing this. You would admit that this has sort of been business as usual for the last 30 years. I mean, we
yes.
have,
Oh, yes. I
so
would
this
s-
is not, because
nothing new here.
it's nothing new. This has been going on. So you're saying you would come in and
It's
stop
going-
that
but
practice.
it's
And
never
he
been as bad as it
did.
is Now we've never had $1.6 trillion in
It
deficits.
was as bad when George Bush left office, and
No,
he was
no,
the one who
we have-
left this.
you're
and
right.
Who left
Right.
this?
Excuse me, I'm a
mess.
Republican. George Bush, he gave us Obama. I'm not a big fan of George Bush. I'm not a fan of
Let's not
Obamacare.
talk about what who
I
gave
know,
who,
I know,
baby,
Whoopi,
because
I don't think I'm going to get Whoopi's vote.
If you
okay?
if you did, let me just ask.
All right. So there we have it.
Right.
Easy. They were all up on him. We have another clip here. Take a look here. This is a shorter one with Joy literally foaming at the mouth over Trump.
Cheers.
Donald Trump. Joy said the guy wears a tube.
He says that it's his own hair. So I believe him because I believe Donald. He's an
I believe
outstanding
Donald.
American.
Yeah.
But America doesn't believe him. We've gotten, a letter poured in yesterday. Asking, is that really his hair? Oh my God.
Joy love.
Let's check it out.
No, it's true. It's real.
Not very pretty, but
It's
it's
real.
real.
How did it feel like when they really attack you and they do a hair
Well, they
joke?
really
on
are.
your daughter was
The
in
hair
it.
on used to, excuse me, you attack my hair all the time. I got used to you were worse than they were.
I stopped.
No, you were worse than they were. And
said
you know what,
anything-
Barbara? You know what? Look,
It's real.
it's really mine. You
Is
know,
there
it's like,
anything- We've gone through a few things together over the years.
she is very sexy. I want to tell you.
He knows how to get to.
Donald Trump. Joy said the guy wears a tube.
So
They love him.
they loved him.
They love him.
And this is how, and now they're demented. They have
Yes.
Trump derangement syndrome to the highest.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
the highest.
They love that man. They love that man, and they know that he is not how they caricature him now. They know that. They just don't want to be on the wrong side, if you will, with their money makers and their donors and being, hobnobbing with the famous and the fortune, the big fortunes. They don't want to miss out on all of that. But they know Donald Trump is not the dictator or the demon that they make him out to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want you guys, please share this as much as you can, because people need to see the truth. They need to see what is really going on. Make them remind them of how Trump was prior to them becoming TDS, getting TDS. Because, this is a big deal. I think I'm lagging. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Can you hear me, Shelly?
Yes, now.
Okay, sorry. I'm having some computer system errors here. Sorry about that, guys. Am I still lagging?
A little bit. Don't we have another video from coming up?
We do. Let me see here. Okay. I wanted you guys to take a look at this one. All right, take a look at this one here.
Yeah, that does make me hopeful, actually, that this Swift effect will speak to more women about the true character of Donald Trump and will turn them away. But to your initial point, I know you said we weren't going to talk about it, but I was. It just seems to me that since she is in an interracial marriage, she should have known that to support a racist is problematic. Her children are biracial, and her family is one of the families that in the 70s could not have lived in any of Donald Trump's buildings. So it just seems to me that maybe she's just not that politically savvy, or maybe she's just not.
Granted, all we know is that she liked a Trump post. We don't know. She hasn't stated that she supported him, but that's fair to interpret that she may have, but we don't know that she's a supporter.
Well, so to give you guys some backstory there, they were talking about Brittany Mahomes. So Brittany Mahomes is the wife of Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. And they were talking about how Taylor Swift recently came out in support of Kamala Harris for president. Then Trump publicly said he preferred Brittany Mahomes, his wife, that's the wife of the quarterback, over Taylor Swift. And the reason why he said it was because at the time, or actually still, Taylor Swift is dating Kansas City Chiefs player Travis Kelce. And so when Trump came out and they were apparently Brittany Mahomes liked just something Trump had put out on social media, and this caused Sonny Hostin to say such nasty comments about her, called her dumb, you saw it, and called her all kinds of names just because she liked something that Trump posted. So
why is she always in people's relationships, particularly when she thinks that they're based on race? I don't even know who Brittany Mahomes. I just recognize the last name. I don't know if she's her parents are mixed or whatever, interracial. I don't know. But how does Sonny Hostin? Why is she always? You know what I think it is? Sydney, I think it was Sydney. I got to think of his last name. I want to say Sidney Shelton. He wrote a book, White Guilt. Now he is. His parents are mixed race, as we call it. I like to call it mixed ethnicity because there's only one human race. But nevertheless, he calls, his parents are mixed race. I can't remember which one. His mom is white or his dad is black. I can't remember. But He wrote a book called White Guilt, and he talked about how, particularly with interracial people, when they have mixed races, a lot of times they have this guilt, this unplaced or misplaced guilt, confusion, or whatever, and they're just not settled with themselves. So then they project that onto other people. This is what I think Sunny does, because she's always talking about her own ethnicity, whatever they may be. I don't even know what they are. All of her ethnicities, and she really thinks or believes that that is something important. But I think she feels guilty because with her being partially white and some other ethnicity, she's embarrassed, maybe feel guilty of her mom being white, therefore the white supremacy avenue that she now has to bear. I don't know why. That's not, I think it's false anyway, but this is what the guilt that she takes on, and then she projects that to everything else.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and besides all of that, she's a nasty, vile, disgusting person. You know, and I don't even know if you are a white person, I don't know how you watch the show still. I mean, she has compared white women who supported Trump to cockroaches. She has called people, like the nasty comments she just made about Brittany Mahomes just because she supported Trump. She's called Black conservatives all kinds of names because we support Trump or because we're Republicans. I mean, the list goes on. She has used this platform to just hurl nasty, nasty comments, racist comments about all kinds of people. And I don't even know how she's still in the air. I really don't. And she talks so much about Trump giving her the opportunity. The only reason why they're probably still on air is because they use that hour or at least 30 minutes of it to talk about Trump. I mean, every last show they talk about Trump. Every last show.
Yep. They love Trump. I want to make a correction. The author of the book was Shelby Steele. The book is called White Guilt, but it's Shelby Steele. They love Trump. You know, I normally have my honey, but I rushed in here today. You know, I want to say this. I was at the range, and, you know, we have our members only section. We're going to put pictures up. I want to put some pictures up there for our members only. And me at the range, you know, doing some training and things like that. I wish you all could see. I had so much fun today. But I rushed in here from the range so we could come and respond to the foolishness and the nonsense that these women put out. Trump just plays them like a fiddle. You know, he, like I said, he gives them content and they give him publicity. It is a symbiotic relationship. They love that man.
Absolutely. And I want to ask you this before we go. Do you think he should have responded? Do you think he should, well, not responded. Do you think he should have mentioned them at the rally, or you think it was a mistake?
Oh, I'm glad he did. You know what? He did it on purpose because all this is helping to feed the publicity, not just from the comments, but now people, if you want to see when he said it, where he said it, that's going to be more clicks. Of course, why not? And they responded. The views show, like them or love them or not, their show is popular. They have viewers too. So their viewers are going to see all of this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad he did. And I hope they actually come out with an ad with it. Come out with an ad with him saying these things, and also show how just a couple of years ago, they were they loved him. I mean, It was an outpouring of love for this man, your old boss, Whoopi Goldberg, your old boss who you called racist, who hired you, and you're not even a great comedian. She's not. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely continue to like, share, and subscribe this broadcast. We got to get the truth out, guys. We have to do it. And this is the only way. Mainstream media is not going to tell the truth. We already saw how 60 lying minutes, we talked about this a couple of days ago, lied on Trump. And now it's come out that they actually lied on the editing of Kamala Harris's interview. I'm not sure if you have that clip. They lied on Kamala. They edited her version of the version they put out the night of the actual interview, where to make her look better. Yeah. And you juxtapose this next to Trump coming out and say the reason why he didn't do the interview was just because of things like this, how they lie, how they manipulate, how they misinform. And it's clear they actually did it, but to make Kamala Harris look better.
And the stupid thing is, talking about dumb, the clip that they put out early, and then they put out the rest of the interview, they edited themselves to make it look better, but it showed that they edited themselves and it made it look worse, if you will.
Here it is.
I mean, there you go.
Take a look.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
But it's
So the problem is that it appears that the edited answer at the bottom, that response that she gave was to another question, but they made it look like that she was answering the first question above. So they put out their own edited version, and then they put out the correct version, thinking that no one would be able to know the difference. That's how dumb they think the American people are, or at least the other half that does not support Kamala Harris. This is CBS. They have lied, and Trump should not have gone on there. Now that I really think about it, I'm glad that he didn't go on there. They do owe him an apology. Leslie Stahl, Bill Whitaker. Now, again, I don't know if Bill edited the tape. I know he has editors and producers that will be responsible for all of that. But CBS, you are lying to the American public.
Absolutely. And you remember when Leslie Stahl did the interview with Trump, and Trump was saying, hey, you guys misreported this. You didn't report on the Hunter laptop. You didn't report on how they spied on my campaign. And her response was, no, this is 60 Minutes. Well, 60 Minutes, you're a propaganda tool for the left. It's clear as day. And the only thing that would clear this up is release the unedited version of Kamala Harris's interview. Release it. Otherwise, you are a propaganda tool for the left. It's clear. It's clear. I don't understand how anybody can watch this stuff and not see what they are doing. I mean, it's so frustrating. It really is to see them working for the Kamala Harris campaign.
They don't care because they really think they can get over. And this is why the Democratic Party, the progressives, the lefts, this is why they want to be able to censor and shut down social media sites like Facebook, like they did with the Hunter Biden laptop story, like Twitter. This is why they applaud banning our free speech any way they can, whenever they can. Because if they don't, they know that it stands to reason that the people on social media that know how to use these, do all of these different content pieces, they will find out that they're lying, and they can put it right there on the screen for all the world to see.
Absolutely. All right, folks, that does it for us tonight. Pop and Politics. You can catch us. I think we may be on tomorrow or Saturday, but definitely Monday night. We'll be back here at 9 p.m. on Monday, Eastern Standard Time. Definitely like, share, and subscribe so we can get the truth out. Our mantra for 2024 is to be aware and prepare. We want to no longer talk to the sheep. We are waking the lions to be aware of what's going on and then prepare for it. Stay tuned. If you're free tonight, check out Just the Guys show. They are coming on at 10 p.m. Their channel on YouTube is Just the Guys podcast. So they are talking about child support. So it's from a male point of view. Yeah, tonight at 10 p.m. They're on our network here, Metro Conservative Media, but you can check them out on their channel, Just the Guys podcast. You will not be disappointed. All
And
right.
one last
Until
thing,
next
wait a
time.
minute. Don't forget the event. Don't forget our event we have next Friday. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Our event next Friday, the 18th. We're having our event here in Baltimore. We have some great dynamic speakers. Who do we say? Marge Teray, Dave Anderson, Chad O'Jackson, and Giovanni Patterson right here in Baltimore. Get your tickets. If you can't make it, no shame, but I'm not going to be shameless either. I'm going to give a shameless plug. Donate to our cause. But we would rather see you so we can meet and greet and and network and bump fist, whatever. But come on out next Friday, 18th of October, and you will have a great time.
All right. Absolutely. Until next time, count your blessings and live a life of purpose. Good night.
Hey, Pop and Politics family. We're excited to share that we're launching a new project we can't wait to talk about on our show. It's something really special, but it's a bit too big for us to handle all on our own, and we love your help. This opportunity is all about meaningful remote work that fits into your life. Think of it as a flexible side gig. It pays well, but more importantly, it's a chance to make a real difference.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.